5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to TrojanVision's The Week That Was, covering the news and events for the week ending Friday, September 27, 2019. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. Well, this week, Troy University announced a fraternity has been suspended for the rest of the fall semester due to a hazing incident earlier this month. Carissa Justice has the details.
On September 9th, Troy University suspended the Eta Phi chapter of Sigma Chi fraternity amid an investigation of alleged hazing incidents that occurred off campus. No further details were released at the time. However, this morning a press conference was held to discuss the conclusions of the investigation.
There were some findings there that concern not only the university but the national fraternity that are not consistent with the policies of the university or with the policies of the fraternity. There were sanctions taken against the chapter to include the extension of their suspension through at least the remainder of fall semester. Not only the new members but the existing members will go through this. It's a tiered program with Sigma Chi specifically where they go through and they basically re-educate them as to the values and the standards of Sigma Chi. There are some public or community service type activities that we expect them to participate in. But the main thing is the education program and trying to change the culture that apparently has existed in that particular fraternity.
Reeves tells us that the 7 brothers who were identified as participants in the hazing incident were expelled from the national organization indefinitely, and he believes this sends a strong message to the student body.
Hazing will not be tolerated. It's not only against policy, it's against the law. And it's not something we're going to tolerate, and if we find out about it, we're going to deal with it.
In addition to the repercussions taken by the university, multiple steps were also taken to provide aid to the 8 victims.
We've offered, if any of them need to work through our counseling center or any other, help, we've tried to help them in any way we can.
Sigma Chi will be reevaluated by both Troy and the National Sigma Chi organization at the end of the fall semester to determine if they will return to active status in the spring or if their suspension will be elongated. Carissa Justice, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
A new fixture has popped up on the Bibb Graves quad that, while it was undercover all week, will soon be unveiled as a monument to the man that has led Troy University for the past 3 decades. Cody Giles gives us a look.
Chancellor Jack Hawkins Jr. is celebrating 30 years as Chancellor of Troy University. With this great achievement comes a monument to show appreciation for all of the work he has done.
We have an incredible chancellor who's been a visionary leader who's turned Troy into Alabama's international university. He's been serving 30 years now, and he's the longest serving president or chancellor of any public university in the United States. This post clock that we're going to unveil on September 28th, Saturday, September 28th, 2 o'clock, is, we think, a great way to recognize what our chancellor has done for this university and mark his 30th anniversary.
The call for donations was originally sent out over the summer, and Gavain said that he was pleased at how well they raised the money.
This is all done with donations. All the money was raised to do this and to do everything around it with donations from individuals, and that was another thing that it didn't surprise me, but it made me smile.
This clock, which stands more than 16 feet tall, will be another addition that will make Troy's campus stand out from the rest.
It's perfect. I mean, it lines right up with the statue of the Trojan and the fountain, the Bibb Graves. Smith Hall is just, this incredible axis of things that, really have become Troy landmark. You're at Troy when you see these things. And I think this clock is going to add yet another dimension to that'll really mark us as Alabama's most beautiful college campus. When you see the clock, you'll see it was a worthwhile project.
And it will be a busy day in Trojan land on Saturday, as not only will the football team return to the Vet to start conference play, but a new monument to Chancellor Hawkins will be dedicated, and also throw in a couple thousand more extra visitors as prospective students will be on campus for the fall Trojan Day. Aaron Dixon gives us a preview.
900 prospective students will be stepping foot on Troy's campus on Saturday, and I'm not talking about the people in Veterans Memorial Stadium, but high school students will be visiting the campus for Trojan Day.
So Trojan Day is our annual preview day. We actually have it once a semester, so both in the fall and in the spring, for high school seniors to come and visit campus, go on tour, get to meet with different representatives from academic and organizations on campus. They get to go on a tour and they get tickets to the football game in the fall.
Saturday is going to be a busy day on Troy's campus as Chancellor Jack Hawkins is celebrating 30 years as Chancellor of this university. There will also be a military appreciation game with the football team where they're going to honor the armed forces. But also that day is going to be Trojan Day, where that students will have a chance to tour the campus and really see if they want to make this place their future home away from home.
Students will not only get to tour the campus, but they will also be able to attend a browse session to give prospective students a look at how they can get involved on campus.
For this year's browse session, we have 120 academic organizations and student groups that are on campus coming. They're going to set up tables in the arena, be available to answer questions about their organizations, talk a little bit about what they do, and just get students interested in what all Troy has to offer.
Admissions offers daily tours every weekday at 10 and 2. Then they will give one more Saturday tour, which will take place November 9th. Admissions will also be offering chances for students to tour in the spring.
And then we also have several opportunities in the spring as well. Our spring Trojan Day is going to be on March 21st, and then we're going to have 3 additional Saturday tours in the spring as well.
If you want to schedule a tour with admissions, you can either register for a tour online or can call and schedule a tour with one of the admissions counselors. Aaron Dixon, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
One of the jobs of Troy University's Student Government Association is that it serves as a voice for the students to the administration. However, at Tuesday night's meeting, the SGA proposed some guidelines to clarify how students can voice their concerns to the Senate. Hannah Littleton explains.
Tuesday night at the Troy University Student Government Association meeting, SGA officials introduced a proposal that could give students a voice on the Senate floor. Chairman of the Constitution of Rules, Carter Ray, explained that the amendment would formally welcome students to express new ideas and concerns.
And one thing we thought would be very good and beneficial would be to have a section in there that gives students the opportunity to come and address the Senate during our order of business.
Ray says the amendment change would allow students to come and speak to the Senate for up to 5 minutes.
I really hope that if students feel passionate about something that they will come and voice that to the Senate. So
the motion was presented with all in favor and none opposed.
We are presenting it and it should be voted on in about 2 weeks from now.
Plans for an international mixer are underway. SGA senators are working to create an event that will bring together students from all walks of life.
The International Mixer is just an effort to get the students more involved with the international students because it is our job to make sure they feel as included as possible.
The committee is still working on the details of this event. No set date has been released. Hannah Littleton, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We'll take a short break, but when we return, we'll see how comic books help bring attention to censorship. Stay tuned, we'll be right back.
You might start on a Troy campus or at your kitchen table. Wherever you start, you'll be more than a student. You'll be part of the Troy family, armed with the education, values, and skills you need to succeed. Ready to lead today's global workforce. No challenge will feel impossible. No dream will be out of reach, because we will be with you all the way. Trojan Warriors, one and all.
I was afraid of that.
Well, guess it's time to get you fixed.
Your pets will start fooling around sooner than you think.
Go on, get out of here!
Accidental litters lead to millions killed in shelters each year. Help prevent more. Fix at month 4.
For a college student, interacting with professionals in their chosen field might be intimidating. However, on Wednesday, the Surreal College of Business provided students an opportunity to network over some free barbecue. Aaron Dixon has the story.
Business majors had the opportunity to eat some barbecue and network with some bankers Wednesday afternoon in an event put on by the Alabama Bankers Association called Barbecue with Bankers.
ABA actually puts on this event every year. It's a yearly event, and we just come in and talk to the students about our role in banking and the opportunities that are available to them in the banking industry.
The Alabama Bankers Association is throwing events at all the major universities in the state. And they are not just looking for students with a specific major.
I mean, actually, we're looking for any student. We're looking for marketing majors, human resource majors, finance, IT, business in general. I mean, it's just that's how vast and open banking is that it can encompass any of those students.
This event provided students the ability to talk to bankers and learn about the field of banking, which may provide business students another career path in the future.
We're just hoping they'll have an open mind. I didn't think about banking when I was in college and majoring in accounting. That was not the career field that I was going towards, but that's where I ended up. So we would just like to give them an opportunity to get to know, what all opportunities there are in the banking world.
Just to let people know about the different career opportunities that are in banking. A lot of times people just think of bankers as being loan officers, and it's just so much more, and we just want them to know about all the different opportunities that are available.
This is one of the many stops in the next couple weeks for the ABA as they travel to Tuscaloosa next week and to Auburn the following week. Aaron Dixon, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The Sorrell College of Business is offering some students a chance to become more globally aware through a program designed to improve networking opportunities. Hannah Littleton explains.
Students and faculty had the chance to shake hands as the Global Scholars Program held its first invitational reception Wednesday night. It is a new program operating through the Sorrell College of Business, which will be aimed at freshman global business majors looking to build networks with professionals within the field.
But what it is something that we want to give red carpet service and almost act like their concierge as an advisor, like when you go to the hotel and somebody helps you. We want to be able to solve every problem. But the real thing is we're building a foundation of students with a global mindset, and we want to develop global citizens.
Relia says being a part of the Global Scholars Program could open a student's eyes to a bigger world around them.
Shape you by your experiences, but what a global citizen is to me is a person that understands that the world is bigger than them, that the world just doesn't exist within them, but they're comfortable in being uncomfortable, so that they understand that there's more. While Alabama is wonderful, that there's a bigger world outside of there, and there's so much to learn outside of there, and hopefully they go and learn and bring it back and make Alabama even stronger and better.
One student who was present at the reception says she is looking forward to the opportunities this program may present her in the future.
I'm really excited about all the networking that will happen and all of the opportunities for me to meet new people and new businesses, and just having that accessibility to those different resources and being able to make connections and friendships that'll last.
Hannah Littleton, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Comic books might not top the list of literature you would expect to find in a library. However, on Sunday, the Troy University Library turned into a convention hall of sorts, all to recognize Banned Books Week. Cody Giles explains.
Banned Books Week is an annual awareness campaign that celebrates the freedom to read, draws attention to banned and challenged books, and highlights persecuted individuals. The Troy University Library kicks off this celebratory week with a small Comic-Con.
The Comic-Con is our way of kicking off Banned Books Week. It's an annual celebration of freedom to read, freedom against censorship, and I thought the Comic-Con was a unique way to do it because comics, graphic novels are still fairly new to the U.S. and they're not as widely accepted, so they, just like any other type of literature, they're banned.
Every year, the American Library Association assembles a list of the most commonly banned books. And of late, one of the most popular ones has been the Harry Potter series. And just within the last month, a religious school in Tennessee banned all of the Harry Potter books.
This Comic-Con featured a myriad of different booths set up from local vendors to display and possibly sell their merchandise.
I really like looking at all the different merch stores, especially the one with personal art. I love supporting small artists, especially whenever they have a lot of stuff that I enjoy. So I got a little D&D dice button and some Zelda buttons.
Even though Troy's Comic Con was on a much smaller scale than other comic conventions, the attendees didn't mind.
Like, I'm actually having a really good time. I love going to cons, and even if this one is on a much smaller scale than giant warehouses in Atlanta, like, it's still really cool.
Cody Giles, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The freshman branch of Troy's Student Government Association is gearing up for its annual high school leadership conference, and Brady Talbert caught up with one of the freshman forum directors working to pull off the event.
Some could say sophomore Justin Thomas has a lot on his plate.
I live and die by my planner. Without it, I wouldn't survive. So really just managing my time.
In addition to serving on his fraternity's executive board, a squad leader for Army ROTC, and a few other organizations, Thomas serves as this year's Freshman Forum Director.
I am one of the 2 Freshman Forum directors. We kind of run the Freshman Forum. It's really, we're trying to make it the freshmen's group, so they have their own exec, their own president, vice president, and we're kind of there just to oversee like the day-to-day activities.
Thomas says the group has some events currently in the works as Freshman Forum prepares for its annual high school leadership conference.
One thing we're super excited about is our leadership conference. That's kind of our main event for the whole year really, but especially the fall. And basically what it is we bring high school, mainly juniors and seniors, but some underclassmen too, that are leaders at their school. We kind of give them an opportunity to like grow their leadership skills while they're here, and it's a great recruiting tool for Troy.
For those who have questions or concerns about this year's conference or anything on Troy's campus, the SGA office is located in Trojan Center, room 215. Brady Talbert, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Most people associate flu season with the winter months, but this year it's believed that the flu may make an earlier impact than usual. So it's fortunate for the Troy University community that flu shots are already available at the Student Health Center. Daisy Ling has more.
Flu season is coming. Come to the health center and get your flu shot. It's available every week from 8 to 12 and from 1 to 4. Don't forget to bring your health insurance card, which lets you get it for free.
We encourage everybody to go ahead and get their flu shots early this year because it takes a couple weeks before helps you become immune to the flu.
Many people may lack awareness for the need of the flu shot, but in fact, you may not feel it when it works.
Every year that I've gotten a flu shot, I've never gotten the flu. Years that I haven't gotten the flu shot, I have gotten the flu.
Don't forget, the flu still kills. It only takes a few seconds to protect yourself.
This is going to be an early flu year this year, it looks like. We've already had a case or two here already. And generally, we don't see that much flu until, after Christmas time, after the first of the year.
Well, flu can cause people a lot of problems. Also, it's so contagious. It's responsible for yourself, but also for the people around you to get a flu shot.
Doctor says the flu vaccine is inactivated, so it's safe to get it.
You worry when it's a live vaccine because people who are take medicines that have an immunocompromised system do not need a live virus, but like I said, the flu shot is not a live virus.
If you have decided to get a flu shot, September is the best time. Of course, be aware of possible side effects.
The main side effects from the flu shot now are you could have a little local reaction to the skin, a little redness, maybe on the arm from the site, very minimal, and you could have just a little bit of a low-grade fever or feel a little achy for 24 hours, but most people don't have any symptoms.
Come get your flu shot.
Daisy Len, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
We're going to take another quick break. When we come back, a Troy sorority collects teddy bears to help victims of child abuse. Coming up right after this, so stay tuned.
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please. No, we're having dinner soon. Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just as you are.
A teddy bear can oftentimes be a child's best friend, especially when they're scared or alone. And that's why a Troy University sorority spent this week collecting bears. The stuffed pals will be given to children who may need them the most. Allison Polk explains.
Millions of children are affected by child abuse each year. That is why Kappa Delta sorority is raising awareness all week about their philanthropy, Prevent Child Abuse America.
So our philanthropy is Prevent Child Abuse America, or PCA, and what that really does is we work alongside Pike Regional CAC, and that is Pike County and then 3 surrounding counties. So what we're really doing today is raising money with our TC table to give to the CAC. Our main goal is to just try to get the college campus and also the city of Troy involved with knowing what the CAC is doing and how they're trying to help prevent child abuse.
One way Kappa Delta is raising awareness for their philanthropy is by hosting a teddy bear drive.
So our teddy bear drive is going to be so much fun. What we're doing is we've been getting teddy bears donated to us, and we've also had some of our own that we've been purchasing, and we're going to walk from Kappa Delta to the police station. And what they do with these teddy bears is whenever they have to go pick up a child who has been put in a situation where they've been abused, they give them this teddy bear to kind of have as an item for comfort.
If you would like to donate a teddy bear, you can stop by the Kappa Delta Trojan Center table until Thursday at 1 o'clock. The teddy bear march will be at 4 on Thursday.
There's so many people that you come in contact with every day, you don't know what they've been through, and a lot of them have been abused by their parents or just family members, so it's just really important to just honor them even if you don't know what they're going through.
Allison Polk, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Troy University sororities and fraternities were using some dance moves to help in the fight against hunger. It was part of a fundraising effort by Alpha Gamma Delta sorority called Fall Fest. Lauren Hotfields has a story.
The Alpha Gamma Delta sorority held their annual Fall Fest in the Claudia Crosby Theater Thursday night to give Greek organizations the chance to strut their stuff.
This is called Rocking Out Hunger, and we have different organizations dancing, and people purchase tickets, and it all goes towards our philanthropy, which is fighting hunger.
And we like to focus on fighting hunger in our local community, so we give back in lots of ways here around in Pike County, but we also donate a lot to Meals on Wheels, which is one of our big philanthropies, so it goes to a lot of different places, but it's all going to fight hunger, so a great cause. We prepare all year for this week. Philanthropy is something that's really important to us, so we put lots of time and effort and supplies into it, so it's been a big work in progress, but our philanthropy chair, Sarah Baker's done a great job with it.
Multiple Greek organizations participated in this event, which prompted a large crowd showing up to cheer them on.
We have Lambda Chi, Deke, Delta Chi, ATO, Farmhouse, and Girls, Chi, Katie, AD Pi, and Phi Mu.
Each organization has dedicated time to prepare for this event and help Alpha Gamma Delta raise money for their philanthropy.
We started about 2.5 weeks ago. We had tryouts, and then we would learn the choreography, and then we would clean it up and just start to have fun with it. And so we practiced a lot leading up to it every day for about 2 hours.
But why is fighting hunger so important?
It's just giving back. Fighting hunger is a philanthropy which is so broad, but it's so important because so many kids and people are affected by it every single day.
Laurel Hatfield, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
The Claudia Crosby Theater was filled with the sound of music Sunday as the Troy Symphony Band performed its first concert of the year. Sam Granville has more.
Troy University's Symphony Band was in the Claudia Crosby Theater on Sunday afternoon performing its first concert of the semester.
It's our very first concert of the academic year, as we call it our Masterworks concert, and for this concert we've chosen to perform music that is kind of standard in the American band repertoire, and they're kind of foundational pieces that help build the repertoire of the American concert band. And then we had our graduate assistants each conduct a piece on the concert, and these are folks that are working toward their master's degree in music ed, and so this is what they're going to be doing when they graduate from college. They're going to be band directors, and so this is yet more practice and more experience conducting performance group.
The Symphony Band is a special group of talented musicians who had to earn their way up onto the stage.
53 students in there, and membership is by audition. And the students, we give out audition music every semester, and they prepare that, and they come in. And from all the people, roughly close to 300 people audition, and out of that we choose about 50 people or so to be in the band.
Now, while Troy University's marching band is a different entity than the Symphony Band that performed here today, there are only a few members of the Symphony Band that don't also play for the Sound of the South.
As a matter of fact, everybody but 2 people in that band are also in the Sound of the South marching band. Many of the members are also in the jazz band. Many of the members are also in the pet bands. I mean, the students here do everything.
If you're interested in watching Troy's Symphony Band live, their next performance will be on November 21st.
A classic tale from Greek mythology gets a slightly more modern twist in a production by the Troy Theater Department this weekend. Sam Granville gives us a look.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's showtime. Troy University's Department of Theater and Dance is back and better than ever with its first play of the school year, Eurydice.
It's based on the Greek story about Eurydice, so it's the same exact storyline. There's this guy, Orpheus, and this girl, Eurydice, and they're in love, and then something super tragic happens, and it's the story about them trying to get back together. And this retelling of it is a super modern kind of poetic retelling. It's weird. But it's fun. It's a really cool retelling of it.
While some might be familiar with Greek mythology, this story is probably told a little differently than you read from a history book.
The more I got invested to it, I was just like, oh, there's myth behind this. Oh, there's 2 different storylines to this. Oh, there was Orpheus's point of view, and then this one is told from her point of view.
And for a show with such a creative cast and developed story, the theater program really outdid itself in putting it together in a timely manner.
We've only been working on this show for 5 weeks, which is really short for trying to put up a play like this, but the process has gone really smoothly for it only being 5 weeks.
As expected with a Greek mythology story with a modern twist, you can be sure there will be quite a bit of depth and interesting characters.
It's amazing to see just the actors become somebody totally different, and then for those characters to become somebody totally different while going through the play. So honestly, just the characters and the actors in general would be a major part of coming to see this play.
It's just fun. I mean, there's a lot of elements that are just really fun to see. The set's fun to look at, the lights are cool to see, the costumes are fun to look at, the acting is really good, and the story is really good. And there's a lot of just funny moments, so I always appreciate when I go to a show and I get to laugh.
Eurydice will premiere Thursday night at 7 in the Trojan Center Theater, and there will be 3 more shows to follow this weekend. Sam Granville, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
Laser tag, escape rooms, and even bubble soccer are examples of some of the fun Wednesday night events the University Activity Council provides for students. However, this week students had to put in a little more work, even breaking a sweat as they did some Zumba on the Bibb Graves quad. Our own Stuart Bradley got in a workout as well.
As the sun went down, it was Zumba all around. Troy's University Activities Council hosted Zumba sessions out on the Bibb Graves quad Wednesday night. Zumba is a type of workout that is based around dancing to Latin music, which almost anyone can do.
Zumba is a Latin-based dance class that was started by Alberto Perez 13 years ago now, so it's been around for a little while, and it focuses on Latin and world rhythms, and we also throw in a little hip-hop and pop. It's a big party. It's dance fitness.
It doesn't require lifting weights or doing anything crazy, so you don't feel out of sorts. It's just a fun, good time. It's a time where you can go and laugh and have a less serious workout but still get a workout in.
Multiple instructors were brought in, each leading their own individual set. The audience would try to follow the instructor's movements while also focusing on the instructor's cues.
In Zumba, we silent cue, so we don't use our voices that much. We sometimes vocal cue. We usually face our crowd. So it's important that they watch our hands, not our feet, because we signal, we give how many we're going to do, we tell what direction we're going to do, and what body part we're about to use.
After finishing all the sets, it seemed as if everyone got in their daily workout.
Well, as you can see, pretty sweaty. It was tough, I'm not gonna lie, but I feel really good and I had a great time.
Whether doing Zumba to lose weight or de-stress after a long day of work, the key is to always look at your instructor and keep moving. Dancing the night away, Stuart Bradley, Troy, Trojan Vision News.
And that's the week that was. To find out what's happening on a daily basis, you can tune into Troy Trojan Vision News at 5, 6:30, and 10:30, Monday through Friday. Until next time, have a good week.